Let's get your game plan organized. All right, gang. So on this episode of the walkthrough, we're going to go through Trello once again, but this time we're going to go and set up a board to manage your social media. A simple board that's going to keep you organized, your team on track, your copy, any ideas you have for posts, stories, labels to kind of streamline your processes a little bit more efficiently. So let's jump in and see how we can make your life easier. So once you get into your Trello account, and again, if you need any additional information about how Trello works, what it can do for your business, a little bit more in-depth look at how to do just the basic bare essentials of Trello, check out our other video, Trello and Overview, at the Hive at nectarmarketing.com/the Hive, or go to our YouTube channel, Nectar Marketing, and take some time to look at that before you jump into this. If you want to set yourself up and have a little bit quicker run here, of course, you can just jump in here and we'll get started and you can kind of follow here. You'll get the basics. It's not, extremely difficult to figure out, but always more information is always a good thing. So let's jump right in. When you get to your main page here, it may look different to some of you depending on what plan you have, but this one here is the free plan. We've got our boards, workspace table, any members that join, settings, etc. What we're going to do is just create this board. So let's jump down to create new board. It's going to populate some options for you, how you want it to look, etc. Um, the workspace that you want it on, or the workspace that it will be on. So let's go ahead and put a title. So let's do social media. So we're going to create a social media template here. You can actually start with a template if you want, but the whole point of this video is to kind of set it up from scratch. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to create it to our brand. If you have a specific photo you'd like to add, colors for your background, etc. These are just the little details. I'm going to choose again the color for our brand and create the board. So once the board's created, it'll jump you right in here. So what do we want to do? What is the whole point of organizing your social media? So social media, you may have multiple platforms that you're managing for your business, different people that are involved in the process, the approval process. You want to just kind of organize before you go ahead and post, because sometimes it takes a little bit more prep and planning to get to the point where you're scheduling or posting in the moment. But you want to have a game plan with social media. That's one thing we preach to a lot of our clients, is having the game plan and approach. So this step in the process is after you've checked out all of your competitors, what kind of vibe you want to put out there, your voice. You've kind of researched and planned your approach for your brand. And this is to set you up for the next step, which is actually executing your social media marketing strategy. So we're going to just set up here a board that will keep you organized, get your team involved, and make sure that you can see an overview of everything you've got going on. So first thing you want to do is have an overview. What is your overview? So we're going to go ahead and create an overview column. This overview, we're going to create cards for hashtags. We want to showcase, because we've researched hashtags for our brand for specific purposes, for maybe if we've got a product or a service, hashtags that we want to use frequently. We're going to go ahead and put an event calendar. Maybe we've got different events that we want to cover, a lot of things going on inside our business we want to keep track. We want to go ahead and put important team messages. And again, this is just based off how we use it. One way we use a social media for certain situations. And then we want to go ahead and put any other miscellaneous information we have here. So what's the purpose of this section? We're going to go ahead and open this up. The whole point of this is we want to make sure we have all the information in a timely fashion and an efficient way right in front of us as we're planning our social media. So whatever your hashtags are, it could be, if it's a product, hashtag product, hashtag sale, hashtag Christmas, whatever they are. If you know you're running promotions for your product, whatever, it doesn't matter what they are. House all of your hashtags in this section here. Go ahead and add. If you've got a list, you can add the attachment for the list, etc. There. Make sure that the specific members of your team are added so that they know where this stuff is and they have access to it. And maybe if you want to go and create a label, let's just pick yellow and call it, I don't know, hashtags. You can dive in and do as much as you want with these boards here. So hashtags, your event calendar. Let's go ahead and put in here all of the major events that you have so you can refer back to it easily. So when you're scheduling out your posts and preparing it on this board, you have everything you need to um, have that accomplished, and you don't have to go back and forth between different platforms. Everything's right here. Any parts, the messages, maybe you have specific strategy plan, game plan, different campaigns you want to manage here. Add that all in here. Again, go ahead and add checklists, add your members. Maybe you have a checklist that has all of your different campaigns so that you can refer back to that easily. Campaign one, etc. Go ahead and add those. So that's how that works. Any other information you have, maybe it's a general statement from your team or to your team, however you want that to be. So again, I mentioned team members a lot. There's a lot of ways to do it. Go ahead and invite any team members you want specific access to this. They'll go here. They have to take care of that, get an account started, and they'll have access to this board. So next step, we want a spot for our actual week of posting. So for this example, maybe you want to just do, let's use this week, for example. So let's do December, let's start it for next week. So what would that be? The 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, December 13th, 21 through, let's take a look at what that would be in our calendar here, the 13th through the 19th. So we're going week by week here. And the reason we're doing that is so you have a better outlook for your week here. We're going to add that list. So this list here is going to be where you house all of your posts for that week. We want to have that so you know exactly what's getting posted out on the week, and you have a spot that you can put copy and your imagery and your videos, whatever it is you need for that week. That way you're organized and your team knows. If you want to, go out a couple weeks in advance, you would put the next week here and so on. You could put the whole week. If you want to do a month, do that. We're going to just do the one for this example so you have an idea of how we build this out. Next column, we're going to want to put post ideas. We put post ideas here. This is for communication with your team to add cards specifically. So maybe it's product promo here, and maybe the next one is we want to shoot video. We want a video post that's got our 25% discount with product and copy. Maybe another one is we do subscription boxes, box idea, which is build your own. Who knows? What I'm going product based here. It's just easier to comprehend and to teach this. There's plenty of different ways, services, bookings, etc. So right now we've got these 3 post ideas, and what can I do here? Product promo. I can go ahead again. I want certain team members in on this idea. I can put details of the idea in here to build out. Apparently I can't type that well, but that's okay. I am not in the typing profession. So again, we've got labels. Maybe we want to go ahead and start labeling and setting up our different social media platforms so that we can access those. So one step is definitely creating your labels. We did one for hashtag. Maybe this time we want to do one. Here's our Facebook because we're on Facebook. We want to have that the Facebook blue color. We're also on Twitter. We're going to do the Twitter blue, and we're also on Instagram. So let's go ahead and do pink for Instagram. Perfect. And you know what? Let's do one more. We're on let's say maybe we're on LinkedIn as well. And LinkedIn, we're going to go ahead and make that approval. So again, we've got our labels set up. You can add additional labels for other facets, maybe team or urgent or important, current, whatever you want to do, however you want to set that up. But this is just the bare minimum so you can kind of see how you can set the basic board up. So with this product promo, maybe we want to go ahead and say this is going to be for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So we want to make sure those are in there. We also want to set a checklist for different things we want accomplished, to-dos for this post. And then item 1, item 2, etc. So once you have this built out, we have this idea ready, and we can send it maybe through an approval process to make sure that it's something we want to do. How do we do that? Let's go to Power Ups. We're going to go into Power Ups and find an approval Power Up. So again, Power Ups from the last video are tools that can make your life easier on your board, automations, development tools, etc. So what are we going to do? We're going to search for approval. So we'll just do a simple approvals for Trello. We're going to add it to the board. It's going to ask us that it's okay to get started, and we should be good to go. So now that we're in here, we want approvals on there. So once that populates, add approval, and you can add who the approvers are, and it's all good to go. So you can send off, I need approvals of this, and maybe we have a communication through the activity section of that card as we're building this idea out. This is just a way to keep the conversation going. We want people to be open-minded about these posts, share their opinions. We have to-do lists with this. We can add attachments, imagery, whatever. We can have the entire discussion for that social media post idea right here in this Trello board. And then once it's set, you have an approval. That person gets notified. You can send your approval and, hey, this is ready to go. And once that's done, you're now available to pull this over into your week of and start the process of getting it ready for that week and scheduling out it, etc. So that's the whole point of the post ideas. Again, you're going to want one for maybe story ideas. Again, it'll be the same kind of concept. You want all of that stuff ready for your team to discuss so that you can streamline the processes. So again, another column we're going to set up is images, videos, copy, ideas, anything that you want to set that up for. That's how you want to, these are just the simple options we have for you here. So in this section, again, you're going to create a card and multiple cards. And in there, you can add your attachment from your computer, from a drive, wherever. I believe it's a 10 megabyte limit. So just be aware of that. And maybe we want to pull in an image, the walkthrough. Maybe that's something that we're setting up. That's an option that we want to post on. So the whole point of this, images and videos, are the different photos you want to use at some point on social media, things you've acquired over time, digital assets you have backlogged, anything that you think will be a social post that you can use to promote your business. Same with the videos. Add all of them here so your team can look at that, and whoever's managing the account can say, okay, I want this video with specific copy ideas from this column, and I want to go ahead and put that and drag that over once I have it and into our post ideas, and we can start the communication that way. So once you have it in your post idea, and let's say you've picked this image and you've got the copy, etc., you can go in, label whatever accounts it's going to be on. I want to make sure that my team members know it's available and ready, and I want to go ahead and say, hey, this is the starter copy for this post. Obviously, it'll be whatever the details, the copy is for that post. And then I'm going to save that, and I'm going to go over and I'm going to find my hashtags. And I'm going to copy my hashtags because they're just ready and available. So I don't have to go in and continue to type these things. Maybe this one is a Christmas sale. We don't need this one. And that's all set. And maybe, we want to do more Instagram hashtags because, Instagram loves hashtags. So we want to do more hashtags on Instagram, but not on Facebook. So what we like to do is just go IG only. And down here, we're going to do products, specials, any additional hashtags that you've researched, quality hashtags, whatever those quality hashtags are that you found that are going to be popular for your business, for your niche, where you want to get in on your campaign. We separate them out. So we kind of look at it like this. We say, here's the copy, everything in there. We have the hashtags that are going to be on every post. It doesn't matter the platform, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And then Instagram only, which means we may have 10 more hashtags than we would on Facebook, because the platform likes that. We would put those down here. So when we go and save this and we go to copy this over for a post, we would copy this whole thing, and then within whatever platform we're scheduling out, we would then edit that and make sure the IG only is removed. Anything that's unnecessary to the post, we would remove that. So that's a key point and something that we wanted to talk about there as well. But once you have your post set up, you can go ahead and drag it over to the week you want to use it in. And then this is where it gets interesting. Of course, you'll have way more down here for your week, depending on your business, whatever you're going to choose to do. But what is unique here is now we can go and set due dates. So, for example, we're in the week of the 13th through the 19th. So we want to set this up for the 13th to go out at whatever time it's set up on your social media as best times to post. And obviously, you'll have researched that at that point, so you have a better idea of what you want to do there. So this, we're going to say 8 a.m. And this is the due date there. And now we've got ourselves a setup, and our team is made aware. Anybody that's a member on this card will be able to know what the due date is for that. So now that we've got it set up, we've got our image, we've got our copy, we've got the hashtags we want to use, we've got our hashtags for IG. We know it's going out on Instagram, LinkedIn. We know it's going out. We decided to change. This will be good for Facebook. Now we've got everything set to build for that post. Okay. All the approvals have come through. This is green lighted. We're ready to go. So obviously, what's the next step? We're going to want to schedule that out. So now that we have that in there, our team, whoever's in charge of scheduling, can go and into their favorite scheduling setup, whether it's Facebook Business Suite, Hootsuite, TweetDeck, any of those options, whatever's out there that your team uses, they can now go in here. They can actually click this and download this, save image as. They have the copy, they have every platform it's going, and when it's time to schedule. So now you just go into that platform, use all the information in this card, schedule out your post. Again, this is a simplified board. I'm sure there are a lot out there that are more in depth, that need a lot more maybe power-ups. Maybe you've got one for calendars, so you know what's going out when, how it's scheduled. Maybe there's different ways to do that. Again, this is just a bare essentials starter for you, and I hope it helps. I hope there's something you learn from it. If I missed anything, if there's anything that you find that's interesting on this that we can add to, please feel free to add. We welcome all comments. We're always learning. We're trying to get better ourselves, and this is just one way we can give back and show that there's a lot of ways to do this, and it's as much work that goes into a social media campaign and building out your posts for the week, the month, etc. This is one way to definitely stay in the loop, keep the conversation going. So thanks, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.